KSW.
Shake, 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 wait, shake, shake, shake. Hi, Steve, and
Toppy's hanging out,
Top shelf
right.
is shake waiting right now.
working on those biceps.
I am done.
makes you wonder just how those girls in our lives do it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, as I promised, here it is, the beginning of the week, and I said I would answer all the questions that people had asked. I put it out there on Facebook, the Facebook, Steve.
Yes.
I put it out on the Twitter, and I
All
said,
right.
hey, okay, whichever one, ask questions about whatever you want to know about what's going on. Hopefully this will be the last time I have to answer these questions. Wow, that's just wrong.
It's easier that way.
Oh, God.
How's that knee doing?
Oh, I can't watch that.
All right.
Wow.
Toppy's got the questions in his hand. We printed them out.
Print them out from
Printed
Facebook and
they're
Twitter.
nice, they're double spaced.
All right, here we go. So, Toppy, fire away. I shall answer these questions, and then hopefully this will be the last time.
So these are from, these are all Facebookers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be a little bit, I said I'd answer all of them.
So Brad writes in,
Yes, Brad.
what a dick. Just kidding, Brad. It's an old, never mind. Hey, BJ, curious about something. I'm not requesting info on Double R, no! Just wondering what will happen to the Nut Hut podcast. I know that Steve, Top Shelf, and Rev do the podcast well. We'll miss Double R. Looking forward to see new changes. What's going to happen?
You know, that's a good question. Steve, do you retain the rights to the Nut Hut, or does Double R? I don't know.
I felt like the Nut Hut was a combo platter, so I think we're just going to have to move past the Nut
Really?
Hut. Yeah.
Yeah. So in other words, you can
The
give it.
Nut Hut is being retired.
It's being retired.
Yes, it wouldn't be right to move on as a Nut Hut without one of the nuts in our hut.
I think the Nut Hut is run its course, and we have to move on out of respect for a fallen nut.
Yes, we're going to have to put down the honky horn and the megaphone, although he did lose the megaphone a long time ago. But they're being retired.
Yeah, well.
So then, any plans for like what the podcast is going to be?
Yes. I think both Top Shelf and I are planning on doing a podcast.
I think that would be up to snuff for me to do a podcast, absolutely.
The funny part
Wow.
is that we're both going to be doing a podcast. We'll both be in each other's podcast, but they'll have different names.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I actually wouldn't mind being in anybody's podcast, but I want to be a sidekick. I just want to walk in. I don't want to have to say anything unless I feel
Sure.
like it. I might not say anything. I'll be the silent, I'll be like Silent Bob.
Will you be in the Top Cast or the STP Cast?
He's welcome in my cast any day.
Good, because he's not in mine.
Really?
I don't want to hear about magic.
I've told you I'm saying nothing. I'm the sidekick. I'll respond to whatever you talk about.
I think mine will only be about wrestling, so that's
Oh.
about all I care about. And hockey.
Hockey's okay.
Okay, fair enough.
All right. Tommy, what's your cast going to be about?
Well, I don't know what it'll be about, but I think mine will just be open to whoever's available. I only have so many microphones, so, you know, I
yeah.
want to get Vicky B on it sometimes. I want to get Rev. I want to get, but not every.
No girls
see-
allowed on my podcast.
see, yeah, that's the way it is on Undead Radio, and I think that's unfair. So I'm
You're
going to
unfair.
spread it around a little bit.
Yeah, you spread it around.
Yeah, and are you going to be hosting?
See?
I think you should get...
Oh, I'll be hosting for sure.
You
Yeah.
should get the girl that works over at Fitz's joint. I forget what her name is, but she seems like she's got a really good personality. She might be good on a podcast.
Mary?
No, the other, it's the like the
call screener
intern
girl?
yeah, the call screener girl. I forget her name. And she also is a big fan of our show. Oh, I probably shouldn't say that and get Fitz mad.
Uh-oh.
But she was a big fan of the show before
What's her
she got
name?
hired. I forgot. I'm so bad
Is it
with
Tanya?
her names. She's a wonderful person.
Is she
I'm
blonde?
sorry, I forgot your
She's
name.
pretty hot.
It might be a girl that my girlfriend works with at the coffee stand.
I think this one's
She's
the
interning here.
bartender.
Oh, I don't
isn't
think
she
she's
the
an intern. I think she's a phone screener.
I think she's a
Okay.
bartender, too, at the sports page.
Okay.
All right.
I've heard, too.
Well, either way, I think we should go to the next question.
Yeah, we only have a few minutes left on this video recorder, so we gotta hurry. We only have one
Jonathan,
in.
Facebook. I don't suppose there would be any way to get Double R in once a week to do Outpick Little Mick. Yeah, I know you're gonna yell at me, but that was such a badass segment of the show.
No doubt about it. It was a great segment of the show, and it will be missed. But obviously, if Double R's not on the show, then obviously no part of what he did. And he basically hosted Outpick Little Mix, so unfortunately, no, that's not going to happen. And I'm not going to yell at you. Did I yell at anybody?
I didn't hear you yell.
I'm not going to yell, but I'll yell at the next person just for any reason.
Sam, If we can't have Outpick Little Mick, can we play Outpick Annabelle? I'm sure she would pick teams based on how good their uniforms look. Which team is dating most celebs? Which team has hotter guys and that she's heard of? Or how close are they to a city that she likes?
By the way, hey, Raven on Twitter, yell at that guy because, you know, Raven does not like Annabelle at all.
That was Sam.
Yeah.
Sammy.
So yell at Sam, Raven. Unfortunately, Annabelle is leaving. She's going to be leaving us in a couple of weeks ago and pursue her dreams in L.A., Hollywood. So no sense in starting an Outpick Annabelle for anything because she won't be here.
Unless we did it on the phone, and that would be boring.
Yeah.
I want to talk to girls on the phone.
Not for nothing. This is how Steve is. You leave this show, you're dead to him.
Oh, yes, that's exactly how it is. So Toppy, don't leave.
Stacy Smith, how come the in-studio guests do not give shout-outs anymore? I love to do that when I'm in studio. I'm sure it was not popular for everybody listening, but fun for the guests and the people they gave a shout-out to. Just food for thought. And Toppy would be a great addition to the show.
All right.
Hey, Toppy, you're hired.
Yeah, you answered your question, actually, because, the shout-outs we found really were only good for the people who were listening and the people that were on the show, and then the hundreds of thousands of other people really weren't that big of a fan of them. So instead, we just give a mention at the end of the show, like we thanked Lindsay and Nick today for listening, and that's what we do.
David Anderson, BJ, I just watched your video blog in response to Scott's message, and I would like to say, really? It feels like you're telling your listeners to... Should I say bad words on this, Steve?
Nah.
Okay.
It's a bad word that starts with F themselves.
Oh, F off?
I have much respect for you, and I'm just being honest. There's so much bitching about the new format that I'm worried about the show. I feel like I'm losing a friend.
Yeah.
I know you don't want to hear this, but there should be more of an explanation, if not about the music, at least about Double R.
Okay, so I've given plenty of explanations about the music. As a matter of fact, if you search the video blogs, we put them on all my blog.
Yeah,
so
they're all archived.
Yeah, look at my past blogs. There's a lot of videos that I made about a month and a half ago when we changed with the music. So there's plenty of explanation there. But the bottom line is look, we had to change to music because we found that the majority of our hundreds of thousands of listeners, and I keep saying that because people think I'm being a jerk and overestimating. I'm not. We have hundreds of thousands of listeners that listen to our show. So the small number of Facebookers and tweeters, we can't just take you into account because there's only maybe at the most 7,000 of you, maybe 8 to 10,000, as opposed, like I said, to the hundreds of thousands who don't go on Facebook, who don't go on Twitter, and we don't hear them. But they do get a voice in the report card that's done every 3 months. Actually, now it's done every month. And that's where we found out that they wanted music in that report card. So that's why we started playing music. Double R, I've said everything I can say about him. The company and he have parted ways. And I'm really sad about that. And I wish that wasn't the case. That's all I can say. It's a human resources thing. It's a company thing. And also, I don't really feel it's my place to discuss anybody's personal issues, and that includes their career decisions or career options or their career pathways, however you want to call it. He's no longer on the show, so I don't think I have a right to talk about it anyway, even if I wanted to.
James B. Hosford IV.
There's 3 of them before him.
Yes, of course.
I was curious about how much of a delay that radio shows run with. I think the TV only gets a couple of seconds, maybe up to 10, but I was wondering what radio programs that don't have as big a staff get. Thanks, and keep up the great work. You keep me awake in the mornings.
I don't think it's a staff issue. It's just a matter of how much money they want to spend and how much time they want to put in the system.
Yeah.
I think they could make ours as long or as short as they want.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but until just a month ago, we ran with an 8-second delay, and I'm sure it costs money to get a new delay, but the new delay is now 20 seconds. So.
How about that, huh?
Well, now that Toppy's talking more, we have more of a loose cannon on the air.
That's a good point, Steve.
Right.
Yeah.
I can punch them 5 times now instead of 3.
No, I mean your mouth is bad.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that's just as good.
Foul mouth.
Yeah, you and
Steeler
your hot
fan.
Carl.
Yeah.
No?
All right, we got a couple
I
seconds
don't even know
left.
anybody named Carl. I have 2 more pages.
Well, you know,
We'll have to come back tomorrow.
We'll do part 2 tomorrow. One more question, and then we'll do more tomorrow. We can do that.
This is from the real BJ Shea. It's not based on staff side. Oh, he answered that.
Nick and Vicky, we asked them the great questions. They print responses. Oh, let's just end it here.
Okay.
God, we work with idiots.
We've got a few more left tomorrow, and a special appearance by one Canuck Kurt.
The BJ Shea Morning Experience on 99.9 KISW.